Okay. There we go. I think we're good. Hello, hello. Just wait for a little bit just to see if we have anybody out there. Can you hear me? Can you see? Are we good? Just going to grab a couple of things. 2 seconds. Okay. Not quite sure if anybody is around, but after this morning's fiasco of trying to go live, and I don't know whether I did something wrong or whether it was the internet, it didn't work. So I thought I would have another go now. What I did create is this layout, which is what I was trying to do live, and it was using a, it's not new, but it's new to me, Altnew stencil and die set. So I've incorporated that into my page, but I thought what I might do now is try and take some inspiration from this, and using the same bits and pieces that are on my desk, try and make a card with it. So the lighting's not very good in here at the minute, sorry. It's getting a little bit dark and I don't have the best of lighting. Let's see how we go. I've got some shadows there. Let's do our best anyway. So that was my layout that I created in my live. Yeah, so let's make a start and see where this ends up. We've got a couple of you there, so that's really good. So I've done just a little bit of prep work. I've got my card panel here, and I've also already die cut these out. So this is one of those dies where you have the layering pieces that you can build up over the top. So because this doesn't have a stamp, I found the easiest way to do this was to die cut it first, and then it makes these stencils easier to line up. So this is a 3-piece stencil, and again I've numbered them just to make it a little bit easier. And I'm not going to bother with taping anything down. I'm just going to hold it using these Altnew inks. You can use whatever inks you have, it doesn't need to be these. So you'll be able to get a good idea how these line up. So you've just got a little border around the outside. Okay, so I've probably got a bit of ink left on this still. I'm going to just see how we go. We have, so I'm just going to use what's left on here. Give me a thumbs up just so I know that there's somebody there. So that's the first base. This is the base for the second flower. So you can see they line up relatively easy. Second one done. So on this stencil we also have the second layer for this flower down the bottom here, and again if I lay this flower up, line it up, it'll give me a good idea as to where this second layer is going to go. Hope I haven't got my head in the shot. So for this one here, I'm just going to continue using this same ink and just build the colour up a little bit that way, rather than get a different colour. Okay, layer 2 done. So I don't think we're going to need that stencil anymore. We are going, actually we'll need that stencil. We may as well colour these while we're at it. So this base colour here. Just making sure that you can see. So this one here actually fits right in the stencil. So again, I'm just using what's on the brush. I find these brushes hold a lot of ink. And this one here. So you can see from that, what was left on that ink, on that brush, sorry, I've actually got all those base colours out. So what I can do now is I can also do the second layer on this one here, which almost seems pointless because this is going to go over the top. But that's okay, I'll soldier on. Wrong one. This one here is what we want. So just got to take a little time with this top layer because it's cut right to the edge. Okay, so I'm just thinking as well, because I want to build this up over the top, these are going to sit over the top. I'm not going to bother doing any more on these. I'm just going to work on these two pieces here. I will need to do the little buds though. So that will be my next layer. Let's have this one here. That's a little bit tricky. Let's have a look at the layering guide. Already done it so many times and I still can't line it up. Oh, here we go. Oh, too far down. That's it. Made that harder than it needed to be. Right, let's do the green. Okay, so there are the leaves, and then on this stencil we also have the second layer for the leaves. Just gonna go in with a little bit darker ink. Okay, so that is the second layer done. Now I think on this stencil, this also has the second layer for this. Look at that, there we go, perfect. So again, I'm just going to use what's on my brush. Okay, so we've got first two layers, so those ones are done. We now just need the last layer. Number 3. Okay, let me think. So I am thinking that this one here is for here. Oh, maybe not quite. So I do find with the Altnew stencils, they're not quite as easy to line up as the Pink Fresh ones. You've just got to take a little bit of time in lining them up. So sometimes, this is another little tip, if we pop this over the top, then we can use the buds here to give us a guideline. There we go, look at that. Just want to make sure I haven't missed any of it. I'm probably being a little bit too fussy. Okay, now this time I am going to use just a little bit more ink. Okay, just going to pop this one on the top just to help line it up. There we go. Okay, so we've got those two, and then we've got one added little detail. We have this little bit here. So again, I'm going to pop these on top. This one too. Oops. Okay, I'm going to have to come back and do this separately, I think, one at a time. Let's remove that one, but I've got that one there, right? Just a little bit deeper in the middle here. there's that one there. And then this one maybe might be easy enough. This one here, that's why. Nope. There we go. Okay. So we've got all those little details in. Now we just need to pop in a little centerpiece. So I'm just going to use what's left on this brush from earlier on. There we go. And this one here. Okay. Pop that over there. So I need some foam tape. Oh, this isn't looking all that promising. It's nearly all gone. Okay, so I have my focal point for my card now. So I want this to sit on my card, but I think it needs something in the background. So I'm going to create this kind of effect that I did on my layout here. Stamp book. Let's go with the lighter one, I think. Just going to give that time to transfer. I'm going to turn my stamp around as well so it's not all going the same way. Okay, pop that on, just give me an idea of where I'm going. Yeah. I reckon one more should cover it. There, maybe, let's try. Perfect. Okay. So this is what I'm thinking. I feel like this is sinking into the background a little bit, so I'm thinking maybe I might need to pop this up on foam tape. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my die through my die cutting machine with some foam rather than use foam tape, because this means that it will end up with even dimension the whole way over. So let me just cut a piece of this. This is just kids' fun foam, nothing fancy. Okay. So now we have a piece of foam that is going to fit perfectly behind our die cut. So I'm going to use glue only because it's quicker, but normally I would use double-sided tape. But let's go with the glue. That's if it's also unblocked. Okay. The light's not too good in here. Take those little bits out. There we go. Okay, I think that sits a bit better. It makes the background stand out from the focal point. And I'm also going to pop on some washi. Go that way or the other way? I think I might run that way. Okay. Okay, so it needs a sentiment. I wonder if we should stamp some of these as well, maybe. No, I think I'm going to leave it without that, but it does need a sentiment. And I think I might just use this thank you right there. So gosh, that's a tiny, tiny sentiment. This is going to be tricky. So I'm going to position this first. I'm not going to risk it. I'm going to use my stamping platform. Otherwise, I may end up just stuffing it up. Oh, there's my little stamps there. So I'm going to position this where I want it. Then I'm going to, whoops, I want it up the right way. Thinking maybe about there. So I'm going to take, whoops, so I'm just eyeballing it. Okay, we need some ink. Let's see if that's relatively straight. I think so. Okay. A little wipe over. Just pop that back before I lose it. Okay, we're almost done. So I'm now going to pop my floral piece on. Glue's running dry. Okay, looks like it's going to be tape. Getting really hard to see in here at the minute. Okay. That would be my daughter, Tamika. Sorry. I'm just doing a live video, Tam. Oh. you require feeding, do you? Okay. I think we're almost done. Maybe just some Nouveau drops. I don't think that's quite the right pink. This one might. Oh, I don't think either of them are. Maybe we need to go white. Maybe we don't need to touch it at all. That's not the right pink. That's not the right pink. Let's just go with white. And I think one more over here. Okay, we are done. So that is my card. I'll take some photos tomorrow when the light's better and pop it up. That's my card, and that was my scrapbook page using that die and stencil set. I did have the little bee that I was going to put on as well. That might work. Maybe I should stamp a bee and pop a bee here. We'll see how we go. I might do that. See what it looks like in the morning. Okay, ladies. If you're watching this later, I will chat to you soon. Enjoy your weekend. Bye.